You know one of the best things about cereal? Well, other than the whole eating it in order to not starve thing, prizes. I'm not talking about those stupid ones where you have to collect a bunch of UPCs, mail them in, and pay postage cost for something that sucks, but prizes that come right in the box and you know they suck immediately instead of having to wait 6 to 8 weeks. What makes them amazing is when they don't suck, like today's classic game, Chex Quest. Developed by Digital Cafe and published by, freaking Chex Cereal, then owned by Ralston Purina in 1996. Though it was manufactured by America Online as part of a promotional partnership since the game included a 50 free hours subscription offer for their dial-up internet service. Oh no, I showed you my secret password for my free trial of AOL, now I'll never cruise the information superhighway. Ready, aim, Zorch, you know their end there, cheesy story for a cheesy game, blah blah. Yeah, you might think this would be kinda weak. I mean, it's a free game from a cereal that honestly tastes 100 times better mixed with other things than it does on its own. But thinking that would be a mistake, since the game is actually based on the one and only Doom by id Software. In fact, it's a 5-level total conversion of the Ultimate Doom, to be more precise, and even though it's aimed at kids and has all the awesome gore and hellish landscapes removed, it's become a cult classic with a following even today, so let's see if we can figure out why. Before you can play, you have an installation to take care of in Windows, though the game runs entirely in DOS. Make sure to sign up for AOL when you're done, and don't use those 50 free hours all in one day. The game starts off with a splash screen showing the protagonist, the Chex Warrior, zapping the gooey phlemoids on the planet Bazoik, which makes me question what exactly was in that brownie I ate earlier. You then get a Doom-like menu with a Doom-like demo playing in the background, along with some Doom-like options to choose from because this is freaking Doom wearing another skin. It's probably pretty obvious what to do if you've played Doom, but if you want to, you can read this, which allows you to read this. Start a game, choose your difficulty, and you're off, taking control of the Chex Warrior, who is apparently a lefty, brandishing a mini Zorcher weapon. Just like Doom, the goal here is to navigate the level, collect any color-coded keys, shoot dudes, and find the exit. Won't be long before you run across some phlemoids, which are apparently here from another dimension to screw up operations on this mining planet simply by being sticky and green. What is their motivation? What do they have against you? What the balls does this have to do with friggin' cereal? I have no idea, and it doesn't matter. Zap them with whatever weapons you have at your disposal to teleport them back to their home planet. That's right, you don't kill them or even incapacitate them, you just beam them to another world. Though I guess it's possible your Zorcher isn't calibrated correctly and you're actually condemning them to a horrible, agonizing death in the vacuum of space. After all, teleportation is a tricky thing, even for a guy wearing breakfast as armor. But yeah, the idea here is that it's all kid-friendly. There's no explicit violence going on, and nothing too extreme to take part in, unlike its deliciously demonic source material. And you know what? It doesn't matter, because this is awesome. Even if you somehow expected the game to be good, despite being sold in the same place as pickles and yogurt, Chex Quest is genuinely fun to play. For one thing, while the weapons don't pack the same exact punch as those in Doom, they somehow remain enjoyable to use to take dudes out. You've got alternatives to all the classic guns, so they have a very similar feel while looking and sounding like their own thing. There's something oddly satisfying about blasting away floating booger dudes with a rapid-fire laser gun thing, and something even more satisfying about bashing away at monsters with a spoon. Would that be death by spooning? Anyway, the point being is it's still a lot of fun to run around and shoot things, unlike certain other kid-friendly Doom clones like Hurl. And on top of that, I found the level designs to be quite enjoyable to navigate with only a modicum of maze-like madness to maneuver. Alliteration. Unfortunately, there's only 5 levels, and sections of them do start feeling a bit samey and tough to tell apart from another in spots, but it was never to the point that I got irritated at how it was laid out, unlike several other shooters of the time. I suppose that may have something to do with it being aimed at kids, and I guess I'm saying that I like simpler games sometimes, but you know what? I don't care. There are days you just want to unwind with a classic shooter without anything getting in the way and not having to think too much. Sure, the characters are generic, the sounds can get a tad obnoxious, the difficulty is negligible, and the game is short. But dude, it's got charm. It's made of quality fun, and it came from a cardboard box full of oven-toasted corn and rice. All things considered, this is pretty special. And hey, if you want more, there's always Chex Quest 2, which was available to download on the Chex Quest website back in the day. It's mostly the same kind of thing, but with new enemies and level types and all that sequel-y stuff. And beyond that, there was even a third game made in 2008, not to mention a ton of fan-made levels and episodes. What it boils down to is that Chex Quest makes for good but brief DOS gaming times. It's not only an amusing diversion, but it was a huge success for everyone involved, having been distributed to millions of eager youngsters under the guise of a balanced breakfast, increasing the sales of Chex cereal by nearly 250% and winning multiple awards for excellence in advertising and such. It probably even suckered a few people into AOL's bloated dial-up service, so really everyone was a winner here, unless you just wanted to browse gaudy 90s websites without being bothered by a turgid user interface. Though the Chex Quest game disc isn't the easiest to find anymore, but if you look around you can probably find a link to it online. I wouldn't exactly recommend it over the Doom games, but I would recommend it if you enjoy classic first-person shooters with some character. So if you want something different, a bit silly, and just as solid and avoiding liquid form as the game it's based on, why not give it a look?